Here are 5 reasons why the metaverse matters. Number 1, according to Goldman Sachs, the size of the metaverse industry is going to be massive, and they're projecting that the size of the metaverse is actually going to be $8 trillion. And just to put that into context, that's the size of the Japanese economy and the German economy combined. So it's going to be big. The second reason why the metaverse matters to all of us is because Microsoft and other big software companies have been doing massive acquisitions in the video game space. And so we know that Microsoft announced a deal to acquire Activision for about $70 billion in cash. It's unbelievable. And then earlier this year, we also had Take-Two, which is the parent company of the Grand Theft Auto franchise. They announced that they're buying Zynga. And also, you had Sony PlayStation. Sony announced they're purchasing Bungie for $3.5 billion, which is the company that makes Halo. And Microsoft is not going to counterbid on that because of antitrust reasons. If Microsoft tries to buy too many video game companies, the Department of Justice will block the deal. Kind of like the DOJ blocked the deal for Microsoft trying to buy Intuit back in 1994. Intuit is the parent company of the company that makes QuickBooks. Now, the third reason why the metaverse matters is because Facebook, and this sounds out there, but Facebook rebranded themselves as Meta. And Facebook actually is such a dominant force in advertising and many aspects of internet technologies to the extent that every single person on the planet uses at least one Facebook application every month. And of course, that includes WhatsApp and Insta as well. And it's not just Facebook going after this market, but what we've also seen is several years ago, Microsoft purchased a company called HoloLens, which is a VR company. We also have Sony coming out with their second iteration of the PlayStation VR product. Hopefully later this year, we'll see. In addition, we had Google purchase a majority stake, over $500 million, in an augmented reality company called Magic Leap. And of course, Facebook purchased Oculus. And so for many years, the entire tech space has been looking towards the next iteration of the internet, meaning the next platform that matters. And if you own the road, meaning the platform, be it VR or audio or an iOS app or any other Windows operating system, for example, and AWS, but if you own the platform, you can charge the cars. And so all of these big tech companies are trying to own the platform when it comes to VR, which is going to be the next platform that makes a lot of sense. Number 4, the fourth reason why the metaverse matters is because Internet 2.0 is maturing and growth is slowing materially. And so Internet 1.0 was all the way up until 1999 when we had static web pages. Then in the year 2000, up until recently, that was Internet 2.0, where you had dynamic web pages, apps, etc. And so Internet 3.0 is the metaverse. And if you want, you can go to my website and go to my previous webcasts and watch a webcast I did a couple weeks ago from the metaverse. We just tested it out. And so my website is haroonventures.com. And so what's happening is tech companies realize that their growth is slowing as well. And so they all have to create another platform that is going to generate more revenue. And a lot of people think the metaverse is really bogus, but it's not, because it's going to become self-fulfilling to the extent that you have all these massive billion and trillion dollar market cap tech companies that are going to make this become a reality. And the fifth and final reason why the metaverse really matters is because the younger generation, they grew up digital. You know, I have more toys when I was a kid than I do than my children do, right? More physical toys. My kids, they own digital rights to stuff in the cloud. And so they own stuff like Fortnite skins, as well as music, movies, etc., the YouTube generation. And they're used to this as well. And they understand NFTs as well, which is going to be a core part of the metaverse. Last thing I'll say in that is in my MBA degree program, and you can learn more by going to haroonventures.com, but in my MBA degree program, we're adding 100 case studies covering the metaverse. Okay, so what this means, for example, is in one of the classes in my MBA program, we talked about Apple potentially buying a Nintendo. And so in that case study, what we're going to do, which I'm adding soon, in that case study, what I'm going to do is we're going to go to Cupertino. Okay, we're going to go to Apple's headquarters. And we're going to do this all virtually online. And what we're going to do is we're going to meet with the corporate finance department at Apple, this is all hypothetical, about their acquisition of Nintendo, which is hypothetical, of course, but it's a fun case study. Then what we'll do is we will teleport to a conference room in Japan at Nintendo's headquarters, and we'll see what they have to say about the deal. Then what we'll do is we'll teleport to right beside Central Park in a nice big office tower, and we'll pretend we're meeting with Goldman Sachs bankers who are advising on the deal. Now, in terms of the interactive case study for my students, what you'll be doing in the MBA program is based on the income statement, cash flow statement, and balance sheet metrics that I teach in the program, and based on how I teach how to value companies, you'll be dragging and dropping different components of Nintendo's income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement, and Apple's as well. And you'll be looking for synergies and accretion as well. And this will make a lot more sense once we launch this case study and many others later on this year. Now, if you've already purchased my MBA degree program, you'll see that it'll be added to the curriculum, like I add many, many new hours of content every year for free for all of my MBA students. So for more details on the MBA program, please go to haroonventures.com. I can't wait to show you the metaverse. It's going to be a lot of fun. You don't need to wear these goggles. And this is my kids for Nintendo, their AR device or VR device. The way it works in the metaverse is you can download an app if you want to and take my classes that way. Okay, it's a free app, an Oculus app, if you have VR. Or you can just navigate through using the arrow keys on your keyboard. Again, go back to my weekly webcast from a couple weeks ago where I gave you kind of a taste of an early alpha version of what my MBA metaverse will look like. And I'm so serious about this that I actually recently purchased the website mbametaverse.com. More details will come later this year. Thank you.